Hey guys, Bravo here. I got a video for you from the vault years ago. We wanted to get a classic cold approach set in a bar, indirect, and working a routine stack. So this is all stuff that I've taught before. This is the opener is actually the one that Neil wrote about in Rules of the Game. That's mine. You can actually hear it being dated though, because I mentioned MySpace, and then you just got to update it to Facebook. But wanted to get this video clip out because guys who are new at this stuff, who don't have the confidence yet necessarily to go direct, which anyone who knows me or has been out with me knows that's usually what I preferred. But there are times where indirect is the way to go, especially when you are trying to practice specific things. So sharing this with you and just going to do a quick breakdown, point out what's in the video, and then you guys can check it out. So first up, indirect DHV opener. This is the Facebook Stalker opener. Like I said, it was mentioned in Rules of the Game. It's on the blog. You guys can read more about it there. This really happened. So mentioning that, it shows pre-selection. It's a DHV. Why open with something that's not a DHV? DHV, remember, stands for demonstrates higher value. So you're either DLVing, demonstrating lower value, or DHVing basically all the time. So make sure you DHV. False time constraint. Think about it when you're leaving the grocery store and someone walks up to you and they say, "Oh, excuse me, sir, real quick, do you have a moment?" Well, you already know what's happening, but they were smart because they said real quick. So they're trying to let you know that this is only going to take a second, because if it's just someone walking up to you and they go, "Hey, sir, I was wondering if you can help me out," like everyone starts thinking like, who is this guy? What does he want? How long is he going to be here? So anytime anyone says real quick, they're trying to already like deal with that, put out that fire before it's even started. So that's a false time constraint. So something that's useful to toss in if needed. Cocky, funny energy. Like I said earlier, anyone who knows me knows how I roll. This is definitely more of my energy and my vibe. You can see it being displayed here. And it's you conveying your personality. And it's women. It's definitely something women pick up on. Cocky funny is like the classic term that's out there. I don't actually like the term cocky because cocky is usually too much. So I like to think about it more as like confident, playful energy. But like I said, this is a classic example. The terms that are out there, cocky, funny. So that's in the slide. Statement of intent. Huge thing that so many guys make mistakes by not doing. A lot of guys will go out, approach, have a conversation, have a great interaction, and afterwards, like, even get a number, and they're like, "Oh, that was great, like, we totally vibed," but then when they go for a date later, nothing happens. And so I started asking my students years ago, like, hey, if a gay guy or a girl had the same conversation and the same interaction with the same energy, would they have gotten the same results? And if the answer is yes, then that's a red flag, because that means it was just a positive social interaction. It wasn't a pickup. It wasn't a man-woman thing. It wasn't you trying to hit on her. So it needs to be clear, and a statement of intent's a great way of doing that. You could do it also with energy, but again, this is for the newer guys. A lot of them aren't picking all that up. There's some blog posts out there about the 3 different perspectives. A lot of them are missing that. So statement of intent kind of just cuts through all that. Leading. Who's leading the conversation? Whose reality bubble are you in? So you guys can clearly see in the video, I'm the one leading the interaction. Push-pull. You don't want to just be pulling, chasing. So you want to do a little push, and pushing's like disqualification. You hear this in the part where I was like, I wasn't hitting on you before, but now I am. So again, I was trying to demonstrate on video these specific things. So couldn't make it more clear. Perfect example of push-pull right there. Section 1 innuendos. This goes back to statement of intent. This is being cocky, funny. This all goes hand in hand with that. Engage your friends. Again, you don't want to ignore them. If you're talking to her and you're not talking to your friends, that's douchey. So they're not going to like that. She's also out with her friends, so it's rude to her to not talk to them. She doesn't want to ignore her friends, and if she is, she's a bad friend. So you want to make sure that the whole, like I said earlier, reality bubble, everyone's having fun, everyone's included. It's just good vibes all the way around. I want to make it happen to where when she leaves that night, if she doesn't leave with me, when she leaves that night with her friends, I want them in the car talking about how cool I was, how fun that was, how happy they were to have met me. I want them to be jealous and go, wow, how come stuff like that never happens to me? So engage your friends. You can help make that happen. DHV game. So this is when, I don't like the term isolate. Like I said, that's classic PUA terms. I like it just, we're having an insta date. We're going somewhere private, just over to the side of the bar. I was really framing it that way in video because there's the camera. So again, when you're doing video, you're not 100% in the moment. You got to really kind of go more by the script. So if this was just a real interaction for me, I would have changed it up a bit, but I wanted to stick to the script. So this was also me trying to get her right over there on camera, and the one friend wasn't really feeling it. So that's how I engaged her friends, and then I went over there. And then once we were having our little Insta date, I started doing a little psychology test, which are some of my favorite little DHV routines. It's a great way to kind of cut through a whole bunch of fluff and get to some something a little more special, a little deeper, layers deeper. So if you guys have questions about that, feel free to reach out. We'll talk about it too, or I could do a call on it on the monthly coaching program. But anyways, this one is had a great ending. I'm not going to put it on YouTube, but it couldn't have gone better. And that's from a cold approach pickup. Like I said, indirect, by the book, script, written out ahead of time, routines that have been taught for years, that I've taught for years, and showing you exactly that this stuff works, and you can have a great time, and they had a great time. So win-win.
Hey, real quick, guys, can I get your take on something that really weird that just happened a few minutes ago? And I know this is odd, it might be the weirdest thing here all night, but real quick, you guys on MySpace or Facebook? Okay. The other night I went out to eat with my friends, and I was flirting with the waitress, like, a lot. She was a really hot redhead, and redheads either are really hot or they're really not. And it's like the gingers, it's weird, they're evil. But anyways, I ended up picking up the bill, I put it on my credit card, and at the end of the night, I picked it up, the whole bill for my friends, with my credit card, and then this morning, she actually messaged me on Facebook. She copied my name off my credit card and looked me up online. And I'm only in town for a couple more days, and I'm thinking it's a little creepy, but I don't know. What's your take on that?
That's not a creepy. I mean, it is kind of, but maybe she thought you were like really hot and had to have you or something.
I'm gonna mess with you guys over here for a second, but I can't have her see it. So close your eyes, or look away. Just look away.
I'm scared.
Trust the really good-looking guy. You have like a cool vibe, cool energy. You're not too hard on the eyes. Are you guys? Don't talk about hard again. I don't know about that yucky stuff. Are you guys cool if I hit on her?
I thought you said you're not interested.
I changed my mind now that I got to know you a little bit. So. I was gonna start officially hitting on you now.
Dude, seriously?
Is it cool if I borrow her for a second, just like stand over there, like 4 feet away? So we can have one-on-one time? Just right there at the bar, just so I can get my good ear on you. And I look cool to everyone else. All right? Cool. I appreciate it. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Swear?
Oh, I think you swear. I got to admit, I have had sex before. I lied about that. I feel guilty. All right, Melissa, is it? It's a psychology test.
Okay, so is this thing out with picky a little bit?
What?
Picky?
I'm very picky. You can be picky when you have choices. So, are you picky?
You are so cocky. I love it.
I know.
All right, guys, I hope that helped you. And I hope you guys just understand that this was really just an example to prove that this stuff works. That you can have a script, that guys who don't know what to say, that you get scared, you draw a blank, like this right here works. I'm not saying it's the perfect, smoothest pickup of all time. It was just to prove that you can come up with a routine stack, you can go out in field, you can use it, and it works. And this is point by point what I teach. I can teach this more in depth on phone coaching, one-on-ones, where I take guys out and we do all this and more. And if you guys need that help, reach out to me. And on the website, there's a blog. We have a Discord that's super active, and tons of stuff that's all free. So only for the guys who are really serious, who want to take it to the next level, phone coaching one-on-one, and hopefully seminars in the near future as my schedule opens up. Later, guys.